Well, I bought myself an old red Chevy 1969. Thought it'd haul my hay and feed and get me home just fine. But every time I turn the key, it whinnies like a mare. And when I try to hit the road, it just gallops here and there. 'Cause my truck thinks it's a horse, it's got a mind of its own, neighing in the driveway and refusing to go home. I rev it up to drive, but it just trots around the course. Life ain't always easy when your pickup is a horse. Tried to take it into town to pick up bags of grain, but it started prancing sideways like it's running in a race. The folks at the feed store laughed and said, "Hey buddy, what's the deal?" I said, "I think my truck's gone crazy, it forgot it has 4 wheels." 'Cause my truck thinks it's a horse, got a mind of its own, neighing in the driveway and refusing to go home. I rev it up to drive, but it just trots around the course. Life ain't always easy when your pickup is a horse. So I guess I'll hit your wagon and just let it pull me around. We'll gallop through the pastures and make hay bales in town. And if you see a pickup truck that's acting like a steed, you'll know it's just my Chevy and its horsey tendencies. Yeah, my truck thinks it's a horse, and I just go along, neighing down the back road, singing this here country song. We'll take the long way home, no matter what, of course. Life's a little funnier when your truck thinks it's a horse. Now my grandma's got a secret that she keeps out in the barn. When the sun goes down, she's got those chickens dancing on the farm. She cranks up that old disco ball and puts on her dancing shoes, and all those hands start grooving to the funky disco grooves. Oh, grandma's disco chicken dancing in the night, feathers all aflutter in the flashing neon light. They bop and cluck to Bee Gees and they shimmy to the beat. You've never seen a barnyard party quite this funky or this sweet. Now the rooster's got some platform boots, he's strutting across the floor, and the hens are in their sequin vests just clucking out for more. Grandma leaves the conga line and they boogie till the dawn. Who knew a bunch of chickens could keep the disco spirit strong? Oh, grandma's disco chicken dancing in the night, feathers all aflutter in the flashing neon light. They bop and cluck to Bee Gees and they shimmy to the beat. You've never seen a barnyard party quite this funky or this sweet. So if you hear some clucks and cackles and a disco beat at night, just know that it's my grandma's hens all dancing in delight. They'll teach you all the latest moves from hustle to the slide, and soon you'll be a-dancing with those chickens side by side. Oh, grandma's disco chicken, it's the talk of the whole town. Feathers flying, music playing as they boogie on down. Just a little barnyard secret that we never thought we'd see, a flock of funky chickens dancing disco merrily. Ooh.
Like a normal day out on the fences and just trying to keep from harm. But then I heard the engine roaring, and I turned around to see my old hound dog behind the wheel just grinning back at me. It was the day my dog stole the tractor, and he drove it round the yard, plowing through the daisies and leaving the barn doors charred. He was barking out a tune like a country superstar. Yeah, that's the day my dog stole the tractor and became a canine star. Now he raced it past the chicken coop and through the pumpkin patch. I never knew that dog could drive or had such nerves to match. The neighbors gathered round and laughed. They couldn't quite believe a dog gone wild on a tractor ride was the best thing they'd ever seen. It was the day my dog stole the tractor, and he drove it round the yard, plowing through the daisies and leaving the barn doors charred. He was barking out a tune like a country superstar. Yeah, that's the day my dog stole the tractor and became a canine star. Now the tractor's back in the barn, and my dog is back on the porch. But folks still the tale of that four-legged driver, of course. Whenever I start that engine now, he wags his tail with pride. He may be just a farm dog, but he's got that joyride stride. It was the day my dog stole the tractor, and he drove it round the yard, plowing through the daisies and leaving the barn doors charred. He was barking out a tune like a country superstar. Yeah, that's the day my dog stole the tractor and became a canine star.
Well, down on our farm at the break of dawn, you won't hear just a crow, 'cause our rooster thinks he's Elvis, and he's got a golden show with a pompadour of feathers and a blue suede comb on top. He belts out "Love Me Tender" from the barnyard roof non-stop. He's a rooster of a rock and roll with a cock-a-doodle tune, shaking tail feathers at sunrise and crooning at the moon. He's got all the hens a-swooning and the cows all keep the beat. Yeah, our Elvis rooster's rocking out with those blue suede feet. Now the pigs are doing the twist and the sheep all shake a leg. Even the old barn cat's got rhythm, dancing on the milking shed. The farmer tried to quiet him, but he just can't be tamed, 'cause when that rooster shakes his tail, he sets the whole barn aflame. He's a rooster of a rock and roll with a cock-a-doodle tune, shaking tail feathers at sunrise and crooning at the moon. He's got all the hens a-swooning and the cows all keep the beat. Yeah, our Elvis rooster's rocking out with those blue suede feet. So if you hear a little rockabilly as the sun begins to rise, don't be surprised tries to find our rooster with those Elvis Presley eyes. He'll take a bow and flap his wings. The barn will shout encore, 'cause he's the king of the coop now, and the hens all cry for more. He's the rooster of rock and roll, with a cock-a-doodle tune, shaking tail feathers at sunrise and crooning at the moon. He's got all the hens are swooning, and the cows all keep the beat. Yeah, our Elvis rooster's rocking out with those blue suede feet.
Somehow they keep wandering off in the strangest kind of way. I found them hanging in the hen house, being worn by the goat. Then next they're in the pig pen, looking like a farmer's coat. Oh, the misadventures of my traveling overalls. They've been everywhere on the farm, from the barn to the stalls. They've got a mind of their own, and they never stay put. One day they're on a Scarecrow, next day they're in the chicken coop. Now I tried to keep an eye on them, I even locked the shed, but somehow they keep slipping out and running off instead. I found them on the tractor seat and once up in a tree. It's like those old blue overalls just wanna be free. Oh, the misadventures of my traveling overalls. They've been everywhere on the farm, from the barn to the stalls. They've got a mind of their own, and they never stay put. One day they're on a Scarecrow, next day they're in the chicken coop. So if you see a pair of denim legs just walking down the lane, don't be too surprised, my friend, it's my overalls again. They're the talk of the whole county, they've become a local star. Those wandering overalls of mine are the silliest by far. Oh, the misadventures of my traveling overalls. They've been everywhere on the farm, from the barn to the stalls. They've got a mind of their own, and they never stay put. One day they're on a Scarecrow, next day they're in the chicken coop.
Out in the fields where the wheat grows high, there's a love story rolling by. A trusty old tractor named Rusty fell for a harvester with a gleam in her eye. He saw her work in the fields with grace, and his engine skipped a beat. Now every time he sees her tracks, he just can't stay in his seat. It's a tractor in love with a harvester out where the cornfields sway. He dreams of rolling beside her at the end of each working day. They make the perfect pair out under the country stars. A tractor and a harvester in love, down on the farm where they are. Now the other farm machines all chuckle and say it's just a silly fling, but Rusty revs his engine every time she starts to sing. They dance a little two-step through the rows of golden grain. A tractor and a harvester, a love that's anything but plain. It's a tractor in love with a harvester out where the cornfields sway. He dreams of rolling beside her at the end of each working day. They make the perfect pair out under the country stars. A tractor and a harvester in love down on the farm where they are. So if you ever see a tractor with a little extra gleam, just know he's got a harvester dancing through his dreams. Together they'll keep working till the setting sun's warm glow. A farmyard love story that only the fields can know. It's a tractor in love with a harvester out where the cornfields sway. He dreams of rolling beside her at the end of each working day. They make the perfect pair out under the country stars. A tractor and a harvester in love down on the farm where they are.
There's a tabby on the farm who's got a mighty attitude. He struts around the barnyard like his royalty pursued. He'll perch up on the hay bales and give a judgmental stare. This kitty thinks he's in charge of all the critters everywhere. He's the barnyard boss with a flick of his tail. Tell the cows to moo in line and the horses not to fail. All the chickens and the sheep know he's running the show. That little farm cat's got 'em all in tow. He'll nap up in the rafters, but he's always keeping tabs on the pigs and on the goats and even on the labs. He'll swat you with a paw if you don't do what he prefers. In this barnyard kingdom, every creature answers to his purrs. He's the barnyard boss with a flick of his tail. Tell the cows to moo in line and the horses not to fail. All the chickens and the sheep know he's running the show. That little farm cat's got 'em all in tow. So if you visit our farm, you'll know who's in command. It's not the farmer or the dog, but the cat who rules the land. He's got a meow that means business and a stare you can't ignore. In our little barnyard world, the cat is the overlord. He's the barnyard boss with the flick of his tail. He'll tell the cows to moo in line and the horses not to fail. All the chickens and the sheep know he's running the show. That little farm cat's got 'em all in tow. Of his tail, he'll tell the cows to moo in line and the horses not to fail. All the chickens and the sheep know he's running the show. That little farm cat's got 'em all in tow.
got a smile of burlap and a hat brim wide and filled. I tell him all my wishes as the daylight fades to blue. Never thought a heart could flutter for a man made out of twine and glue. Who knew I'd find my sweetheart in a field of golden grain, with a ragged coat and button eyes that never look away? They say he's just a scarecrow, but to me he's something more. In the quiet of the evening, he's the one that I adore. By the light of the moon, I waltz with him so slow. In my mind, he's softly laughing as we twirl in evening's glow. Oh, the barnyard's full of suitors, but they don't hold the flame to my scarecrow in the sunset, who's got my heart aflame. So laugh if you want to, call me a foolish girl, but out here in the fields of gold, he's my whole world. And maybe he's just straw and twine to everyone but me, but love can bloom in funny places if you got the eyes to see. Who knew I'd find my sweetheart in a field of golden grain, with a ragged coat and button eyes that never look away? They say he's just a scarecrow, but to me he's something more. In the quiet of the evening, he's the one that I adore. Well, my old red tractor's been loyal through the years, but lately when it sees that truck, it starts to grind its gears. It sputters and it rumbles trying to catch that pickup's eye. I guess even farm equipment can get a little shy. Oh, my tractor's got a crush on the neighbor's truck. It revs a little louder just to press its luck, rolling a bit closer whenever it's parked nearby. My tractor's got a thing for that four-wheeled apple of its eye. It used to just be plowing and working on the land, but now it's all distracted when that truck is close at hand. I swear I see it shine a little brighter in the sun. It's like the old girl smitten and the fun's just begun. So I park them side by side and let the rumor mill spin. Who knew that farm machinery could have a heart within? They're the talk of all the fields, a mechanical love affair. Just a tractor and a pickup truck, the perfect pair. Oh, my tractor's got a crush on the neighbor's truck. It revs a little louder just to press its luck, rolling a bit closer whenever it's parked nearby. My tractor's got a thing for that four-wheeled apple of its eye. well, she's right there with the troop. Oh, my chicken thinks she's a horse. She's got a mind of her own, trotting around the pasture like she's full-grown, feathers flying, trying to whiny. It's a barnyard tour de force. Life's never boring when your chicken thinks she's a horse. She tries to jump the fences and nibble on the hay, clucking like a rooster but dreaming of an A. I guess every barn's got a dreamer or two, and mine's a little hen who thinks she's running with the crew. So I let her have her fancy, let her be what she believes. In this funny little barnyard, it's the silly things that bring us peace. She may never pull a carriage or run a derby course, but she'll always be my chicken who wanted to be a horse. Now the neighbors come to visit just to see the show. They line up by the fences and they watch her go. She's a barnyard little legend with her feathers and her hooves. Well, sort of, and I wouldn't trade her for 1,000 normal doves. Oh, my chicken thinks she's a horse. She's got a mind of her own, trotting around the pasture like she's full-grown, feathers flying, trying to whinny. It's a barnyard tour de force. Life's never boring when your chicken thinks she's a horse. Oh, my chicken thinks she's a horse. She's got a mind of her own, trotting around the pasture like she's full-grown, feathers flying, trying to whinny. It's a barnyard tour de force. Life's never boring when your chicken thinks she's a horse. I got a little piglet who thinks he's got a bark, wags his curly tail and chases chickens in the yard. He'll fetch a stick, roll over, and he'll even beg for treats. And when I call for dinner, he comes running at my feet. Oh, he's the pig who thought he was a dog, snorting and a wagging through the morning fog. From the mud to the porch, he's got his own little song. Life's never dull with a pig who thinks he's a dog. He tries to herd the cows like a border collie might, sleeps at the foot of my bed every single night. He's got a snout full of mischief and a heart that's full of gold. Just a pig who thinks he's a puppy, at least that's what I'm told. And when folks come by the farm, they can't believe their eyes. A pig who plays at being a dog is quite the big surprise. But we just laugh and love him, he's our farmyard little star. With his curly tail and happy oink, he's perfect as he are. Oh, he's the pig who thought he was a dog, snorting and a wagging through the morning fog. From the mud to the porch, he's got his own little song. Life's never dull with a pig who thinks he's a dog. Oh, he's the pig who thought he was a dog, snorting and a wagging through the morning fog. From the mud to the porch, he's got his own little song. Life's never dull with a pig who thinks he's a dog.
Well, we set up the barn for the annual town dance, strung up all the lights and gave the floor a little chance. The fiddle started playing and the folks began to swing, but nobody saw it coming when the goats got in the ring. It was a barn dance disaster, goats on the loose. They nibbled on the ribbons and they knocked down all the juice. They tried to dance a two-step and they tripped the county judge. When the goats took over, well, they wouldn't even budge. They climbed up on the tables and they headbutted the band, chewing up the napkins while the guests just tried to stand. They turned the whole barnyard
had to laugh because it's farm life comedy. So if you plan a barn dance, just beware the goats. They'll turn your fancy party into something of a joke. But even as we cleaned up and we swept away the hay, we knew we'd laugh about the goats who danced the night away. Oh, it was a barn dance disaster, goats on the loose. They nibbled on the ribbons and they knocked down all the juice. They tried to dance a two-step and they tripped the county judge. When the goats took over, well, they wouldn't even budge. A barn dance disaster, goats on the loose. They nibbled on the ribbons and they knocked down all the juice. They tried to dance a two-step and they tripped the county judge. When the goats took over, well, they wouldn't even budge.
I've got a cow in the pasture with a dream up in the sky. She stands upon the hay bales and she thinks that she can fly. She flaps her ears like wings and tries to launch into the blue. And every day I tell her, well, you do you. Oh, she's the cow that thought she could fly, reaching for the clouds as they go rolling by, jumping off the haystacks with a twinkle in her eye. Life's a little brighter when your cow believes she can fly. She's got the other cows all mooing in delight. They gather round to watch her as she tries to take flight. I cheer her on and laugh because it's just a bit absurd, but there's magic in believing, even if it's just a herd. And maybe we can learn from her, this cow with dreams so high, that life is full of wonder if we just give it a try. So let her keep on dreaming as she reaches for the sky, because who's to say a cow can't one day really fly? Oh, she's the cow that thought she could fly, reaching for the clouds as they go rolling by, jumping off the haystacks with a twinkle in her eye. Life's a little brighter when your cow believes she can fly.
I got a goat in the pasture with a mean little stare. Stands on the fence like he owns the place there. He blows past the cows like they're late for work. Headbutts the rooster just to prove he's a jerk. Oh, the goat that thought he was the boss runs this farm at his own dang cost. Choose the rules, spits them out in the hay. Yeah, he's been fired twice, but he stayed anyway. He tells the horses when it's time to eat, yells at the pigs like they're lazy on the feet, stares me down like I owe him pay. I swear that goat clocks in every day. Oh, the goat that thought he was the boss calls the shots and never counts the loss. If attitude paid, he'd be rich as sin, but but he just eats the paperwork and grins. Tried to fire the dog, tried to run the barn, chewed up the sign that said no harm. If confidence counted as common sense, he'd be CEO of the whole damn fence. Yeah, the goat that thought he was the boss runs this place like a total loss. But truth be told, I gotta confess, this farm would fall apart without his mess. I don't own this farm. I just work here.
Well, went out this morning for the bills and ads. Mailbox a rattle like it's gonna have mad. Reached my hand and heard a warning hiss. That ain't junk mail, that's a possum miss. There's a possum living in my mailbox. Don't forward my mail, just forward my prayers. He guards the bills like they're solid gold. Hisses at the neighbors like he pays the taxes there. The mailman quit, said, girl, that's on you. Leave my letters on the hood like they always do. Possum stares at me like I'm trespassing, tail wrapped tight like he's everlasting. There's a possum living in my mailbox, acts like he owns the land and lot. Won't let go of my coupons or checks. Guess that critter likes my credit now. Tried tapping twice, tried asking nice. He showed his teeth, that wasn't advice. Now I wave when I walk on by. That mailbox ain't mine, I ain't gonna lie. He don't bark, don't bite, don't fetch the mail, just judges my life with a beady glare. If attitude paid rent around here, that possum be mayor by the end of the year. There's a possum living in my mailbox, and I ain't fighting what I can't win. If the bills don't show, I don't ask why, long as he keeps the bad news in. I don't check the mail anymore. I just hope for the best.
Say good morning to the cows before the sun. Tell the chickens all my worries, one by one. The dog don't interrupt, the cat don't judge my tone, and the horses never ask why I ain't on my phone. Yeah, I talk to my animals more than people. They don't argue, they don't take things wrong. They don't gossip, they don't need no reasons. They just listen and nod along. Might sound crazy, but it's simple and true. Out here they understand me better than you. I tell the goat my plans, he don't laugh once. Pig just grunts like, yeah, that makes sense. I spill my heart to the barn at night. Nobody says you're wrong, nobody says you're right. Yeah, I talk to my animals more than people. They don't rush me, don't roll their eyes. They don't mind if I repeat myself, and they just blink slow and let me try. World's loud, but the truth I've found, my animals hear me better than most folks around. Maybe I ain't lonely, maybe I'm just free, talking to the ones who let me be me. If understanding had a sound, it'd be hooves and paws on this old ground. Yeah, I talk to my animals more than people, and I'm alright with the way that sounds. They don't leave when the talking gets heavy, they just stay right where they're found. If love and quiet makes me strange, then I'll stay strange out here and never change. They may not talk back, but they always listen. Mama saw me talking to the cows last night, asked me if I lost my mind or just my sight. Said, girl, that goat's not in charge of the land. I said, Mama, please, you don't understand. My mama said, that ain't normal, shook her head and said a prayer. I said, Mama, out here on this farm, normal ain't really anywhere. If strange is wrong, then I've gone too far, but I'm happy living like we are. She saw the pig sleeping on the porch, heard the rooster guarding me like a torch. Mailbox hissed and Mama stepped back, said, that possum's got your mail hijacked. My mama said, that ain't normal, pointing straight at the field inside. I said, Mama, if this is crazy, then crazy's doing just fine. If peace looks weird through town folk eyes, I'll stay weird till the day I die. Mama caught the cow jumping hay, swearing she'd fly one day. Tractor flirting with the neighbor's truck, Mama crossed herself and whispered good luck. Mama raised me right, I'll give her that, but farm life bends the rules a tad. If love and laughter break the mold, then I guess we'll never do what we're told. Yeah, my mama said, that ain't normal, but she smiled when she said it too. Said, girl, long as your heart's still full, do what strange folks do. If normal means losing the fun, then I'll stay odd till the job's done. Mama still loves me, she just don't visit unannounced anymore.
He said light breeze, maybe rain, so I left the laundry out again. Woke up to chaos, nails and white chicken coop halfway to the county line. The weatherman owes me a fence, and maybe a barn and a little common sense. Said 10% chance I trusted him, now my pasture's in the next state's wind. Yeah, that smile on TV ain't convincing, the weatherman owes me a fence. My tractor tipped, my hat took flight, cow went airborne, just foresight. Dog won't come out, goat won't speak, mailbox spun like it had 2 weeks. The weatherman owes me a fence, told me sunshine, gave me suspense. If
Partly cloudy means what I saw, then somebody needs a new forecast law. Neighbor said, you see that storm? I said, no sir, I was misinformed. Radar light, forecast blink, even my rooster won't crow, he thinks. I ain't mad, I just want what's fair, a little truth in the weather air. If guessing wrong is how it's done, then I ought to be paid for guessing one. Yeah, the weatherman owes me a fence and a coffee, a break, and some recompense. Till then I'll rebuild nail by nail and watch the sky like I'm out on bail. Next time he says, clear till 10, I'm boarding up at 9 a.m. Tomorrow's forecast says mostly calm, so I'm sleeping in my boots.
Friday night, sun going down, one bear cold, boots still brown. Said I'd sit for just a minute, rest my feet. Then I heard that coupe door squeak. Hold my beer, I gotta feed the chickens. I'll be right back, if not, don't listen. One simple chore, famous last words. That's how trouble always gets stirred. If I don't return in 10 or so, send help or more beer, I don't know. One sack ripped, grain everywhere. Hen took off like she don't care. Rooster mad, goat in the mix, pig showed up like what's next. Hold my beer, I gotta feed the chickens. This ain't part of my weekend visions. Started calm, ended loud, now I'm negotiating with poultry crowds. If chaos had a resume, it'd say farm chores every day, want my pay. A neighbor laughed from over the fence. Said, you good? I said, that depends. Chicken flew, beer went warm. Somehow this turned into a storm. Every bad idea starts the same. Someone tired, someone brave. If common sense had showed up then, we'd still be drinking on the porch, my friend. Yeah, hold my beer, I gotta feed the chickens. Famous words for the evening twisting. I ain't mad, I just accept. Farm life don't run on respect. If you hear me yelling down the lane, don't hold the beer, drink the thing. I fed the chickens, everything else escaped. Lay down tired, the end of the day. Mind still racing, won't drift away. They say count sheep, so I gave it a try. But the first one just stared like he knew why. There's a sheep that wouldn't count me, just blinked slow and crossed his legs.
I said, buddy, I'm exhausted. He said nothing, but I felt judged instead. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, none of it helped. That sheep wouldn't count me, so I counted myself. 2nd sheep sighed, 3rd shook his head, 4th one yawned like you said what you said. They ain't jumping fences, they ain't playing along. They just stare like, man, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, the sheep that wouldn't count me leaned back like he paid the rent. I asked for peace and quiet sleep. He offered silent disappointment. I tried starting over, lost my place. That sheep just stared me in the face. Clock said midnight, then 2:30. Sheep still there like, what you gonna do? Dog snoring, cat don't care. Sheep won't move, just occupies air. Maybe sleep don't come on demand. Maybe peace don't follow a plan. If rest comes when it feels just right, that sheep sure ain't helping tonight. Yeah, the sheep that wouldn't count me stayed put till the break of dawn. Soon as I gave up trying so hard, sleep showed up and the sheep was gone. Guess rest ain't math, it's just release. Still mad at that sheep, though honestly tomorrow night I'm counting goats.
Every morning round 5:03, before the sun even looks at me, there's a sound coming up from the barn like heartbreak, gravel, and vocal horn. My donkey thinks he's a country singer, brays like he's lived 1,000 songs. It's every note he shouldn't touch, and somehow holds it way too long. If painted pitch and pride had lungs, he'd be #1 on AM runs. He harmonizes with the radio, ruins every sad song, soft and slow. When the love line breaks, here he comes, like, buddy, move, I've suffered enough. Yeah, my donkey thinks he's a country singer, belts it out like the truth hurts bad. Every chorus sounds like regret, and every verse sounds like his dad. If sorrow paid in busted notes, he'd have a gold record in his throat. Tried to shut the barn, tried to play it low. He kicked in right at the high-low moan. Neighbors thought someone lost their wife. Nope, just Earl singing about farm life. He sings about fences, loss, and pain. Rain don't fall, it complains. If heartbreak had a warning sound, be that donkey echoing round. Yeah, my donkey thinks he's a country singer, and I ain't got the heart to say he's not. 'Cause somewhere between the bray and cry, there's a little truth in every spot. He ain't in tune, he ain't refined, but dang if he don't mean every line. He don't need a microphone. The whole county hears him anyway. I lost my dignity at the tractor pull, but I went quiet, and then I lost control. Fried on white, brought you full, pulled 10 feet and started cold. Yeah, that engine night, I courage too. I lost my dignity at the tractor pull. Borrowed a rig, I still didn't make of her touch. All I said easy, now I said I got this much. Flag dropped fast, my confidence slipped. Crowd learned real quick, I overbilled. I lost my dignity at the tractor pull. Smoke went up, but I didn't move. Tires spun, things went dull. Even my mama changed her gear. A chain had wheels, it passed me by. I lost my dignity under that sky. Neighbor's kid found every inch, posted it fast at the trade stands. Comment section had a field day. One said, others walk away. They say give her hell, I gave her fear. Tractor call flag, why am I here? If confidence ran on common sense, I'd still had both and a fence. Yeah, I lost my dignity at the tractor pull, but I gained a score I'll never lose. They still laugh every time it's brought up. Guess tells the price of being bold and foolish. Your pride's a gale, I paid the toll. I lost my dignity at the tractor pull. I didn't win, but I did trend. I didn't win, but I did trend. Well, I woke up Monday morning and I stepped outside the door. Something looked a little strange out there beside the barnyard floor, where my old red pickup used to sit parked shiny in the sun. Now there's nothing but some tire crumbs and a goat that looks well fed and smug. My goat ate my pickup truck, didn't leave me nothing but the tailpipe stuck. Chewed the seats and swallowed the hood, said that chrome bumper tasted mighty good. I thought goats just like tin cans and hay, but this one ate my Chevrolet. Now I'm walking everywhere for luck, 'cause my goat ate my pickup truck. I caught him chewing on the fender like it was a bale of grain. Had the headlights hanging out his mouth like a shiny candy cane. The sheriff came and looked around and said, son, I must admit, that goat of yours has got an appetite I've never witnessed yet. My goat ate my pickup truck, didn't leave me nothing but the tailpipe stuck.
chewed the doors and swallowed the tires, burped up sparks like a dragon on fire. I guess that engine block was tough, but that goat just said not tough enough. Now my insurance man is out of luck, 'cause my goat ate my pickup truck. Now the mechanic says he's seen a lot of things go wrong, but never saw a farm goat turn a truck into a lunch. The neighbors laugh when I tell the tale, but they lock their tractors behind the gate. Now just in case. My goat ate my pickup truck, left the hubcap sitting in the mud. Next time he gets a midnight snack, I'm chaining down my Cadillac. If you drive by and see me walk, just blame that goat with an iron jaw. Worst farm luck I ever struck when my goat ate my pickup truck.
She was trying to raise alarm. One day she saw a biker gang rumbling down the road, and she hopped that fence and strutted out like she was born to ride with those. She's a chicken in a motorcycle gang, little leather jacket and a chrome chain, clucking loud with the engine roar, feathers flying at 74. The hens back home think she's insane, but she's riding with the Rooster renegade. Don't ask how that chicken learned to hang with a full-blown motorcycle gang. She rides behind a biker named Big Earl with a beard, got a tiny helmet on and a look that says don't steer. The bikers call her Feathers and she rides from town to town, pecking at the gas tank every time the bike slowed down. She's a chicken in a motorcycle gang, little leather jacket and a chrome chain, clucking loud with the engine roar, feathers flying at 74. When they stop at roadside bars, she scratches gravel in the parking lot yard. No one quite can explain that chicken in a motorcycle gang. The farmer saw her riding past and nearly lost his mind. Said I raised that bird on cracked corn and chicken feed, not highway crime. But she just flapped her wings and yelled a rebel biker cluck, and rode off down the interstate in a cloud of dusty look. She's a chicken in a motorcycle gang, little outlaw bird with a rebel twang, leather vest and biker pride, perched on the back of a Harley ride. From barnyard coupe to highway fame, that chicken ain't the same. If you hear loud cluck in the passing lane, it's that chicken in a motorcycle gang.
sky, there's a sight you'd never believe. A graceful cow named Daisy who's got ballet tricks up her sleeve. She pirouettes by the hay bales and does plies by the barn, with a tutu made of daisies and a twinkle in her charm. She's the bovine ballerina, dancing through the fields, leaping like a Holstein star with twirls and fancy reels. All the other cows just watch her in surprise as the pasture turns to a ballroom right before their eyes. Now Farmer Brown can't believe it, he's never seen a cow so light. Daisy's dancing by the moonlight, practicing her steps at night. She's got the chickens clucking rhythm and the horses tapping hooves. When Daisy does a grand jeté, the whole darn barn approves. She's the bovine ballerina, dancing through the fields, leaping like a Holstein star with twirls and fancy reels. All the other cows just watch her in surprise as the pasture turns to a ballroom right before their eyes. So if you ever visit our farm and hear a moo with grace, it's just Daisy, the dancing cow, the prima of this place. She's twirling through the clover and waltzing by the corn. Our bovine ballerina is the star the farm's adorned. She's the bovine ballerina, dancing through the fields, leaping like a Holstein star with twirls and fancy reels. All the other cows just watch her in surprise as the pasture turns to a ballroom right before their eyes.